Lord Almighty, I am so glad that the Maple Leafs just finished that series off. Listen, I've been saying it in a lot of my videos. I did not think that the Maple Leafs were actually going to win that series. It had a stench to it, didn't it? Leaf fans that are watching this, when they lost that Game 5, it had a stench to it. And I was like, that's that old team. That's that old team that can't battle, that can't play playoff style hockey, that can't get to the front of the net, that can't win battles on the wall and take it to the net, that don't know how to get to the center of the ice, which is infuriating because they're a big, skilled team. You figure that they would be able to get to the center of the ice very easily. They have a big, huge defense core and good goaltending. It's just crazy to me. But at the end of the day, they got it done in Game 6. They got it done. Now, we are not talking nearly enough about how much better the Maple Leafs are coached right now. I want to talk about Craig Berube. And when you see the discussion online about Craig Berube's choices, we got to take Max Pacioretty out. And I'll admit it, in Game 5, Max Pacioretty, he looked slow. He looked very slow, very methodical. He didn't look like he had his best on him. And the whole time I was thinking, it might be better just to put, Robertson back in. He might have some speed. And hey, who knows? Maybe Robertson would have scored. I know we call him scratch and score because every time he gets scratched and you put him back in the lineup, he scores a goal. So whatever. But Max Pacioretty. And by the way, let's not disrespect Max Domi with all of that hard work behind the net to get that puck back. He had like two guys there. And then pass it out to Max Pacioretty, Roof Daddy, done. You know what I mean? And that was just after Anthony Stolarz gave up a very weak goal, in my opinion. Like, you cannot give up that goal. That's simply just not good enough. You have to make that stop. Now, I would still start him against Florida, but alas, the Maple Leafs have sealed up the victory in Game 6. You absolutely love to see it. Now, Senators fans, if you are watching this, credit to the Senators, man. They are an up-and-coming team. They are going to be better if they keep on going the way that they are going. And what I mean by that is that, man, that Stützle can play. He can really play, that guy. He's dangerous. I didn't feel like maybe he scored as much as he could have, but man, that guy can play. Perron is a gamer too. He was pretty good. Again, I think that team is certainly going the right way. They got Cousins too. I think Cousins is a hell of a player. I really do think that the Senators are going to be a team that, at least as they are right now, is going to be challenging for a playoff spot next year. Like, I'm not going to be guaranteeing them to make the playoffs. They still kind of struggled to actually make the playoffs this year to a degree. Like, it wasn't like a sure thing, so we can't solidify them as in a playoff spot next year. But they're going the right way. They have a lot of good young talent. So a lot of respect to the Senators, but the Maple Leafs, obviously, they are top in the Atlantic. They will be moving on to the second round, as they probably should. Now, I want to quickly touch on the Florida Panthers. Okay, this is a team I talked about this on my social media earlier, and this is a team, and when I look at the Florida Panthers, they are a team that is skilled, but it's not their skill that scares me, okay? They love playing in the mud. And what I mean by that is that there's some teams that love it. There's some teams you got to lecture to play playoff hockey. Like the Maple Leafs have taken a long time to learn how to play playoff style hockey. And even in Game 5, you saw that, rear its ugly head, where I was like, ooh, that's the same team, man. They don't want to take the hits. They don't want to get to the middle. They look afraid. Like, you can't play like that. Florida Panthers, it's not their skill that scares me. It's their excellent coaching, their playoff experience, and the fact that they love to play in the mud. I'm a hockey analyst, at least I view myself as that. I like to analyze hockey with honesty. I think that it is Panthers in 6. That's where I would say. But that doesn't mean that the Leafs can't win this series. In terms of goaltending talent, Anthony Stolarz was like top in terms of goaltending save percentage in the entire league, and he has 3, 4, 5 days rest, and rumors are that the game is starting on Monday. Now, when we look at his statistics, obviously that's, it's a little bit clouded because he did take a lot of time off. When you play a lot of games, your consistency might drop. Now, a lot of people are looking at the fact that Florida played Tampa and Tampa only won one game. I want to point something out. Andre Vasilevsky, now not that it's all his fault, but Andre Vasilevsky was not good in the playoffs. He had an .872 save percent average. And in the playoff series with Florida and Tampa Bay, Sergei Bobrovsky had a .901. So he was about average in terms of save percentage statistics. If you're only going to put up an .872, not that it's all his fault, there's a team playing defense in front of him, but you need to be better than that. So if the Leafs can just get average goaltending, I'm telling you, this is going to go Game 7. If they can get 900 to 910 goaltending from Stolarz or Wall, they can win and maybe even go to Game 7 in this series. They are Goliath. Question of the video. Who would you start? Would you start Joseph Woll or would you start Anthony Stolarz? Right now, I'm leaning to be Anthony Stolarz. I would have him a little bit on a short leash. I would make sure that he needs to get a lot of rest. Again, the rumor is that I don't know if it's going to be confirmed yet, but apparently the series is starting on Monday between the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we're going to see. But I'm going to be leaning with Stolarz, but the leash is a little bit shorter. He had the exact same save percentage as Sergei Bobrovsky in the first round. He had a .901 save percentage in 6 games. I didn't think he was horrible, but you can see where he was playing a lot. His consistency started to go down a little bit, which worries me, right? Like that goal on Perron, not a great goal. That was a bad goal, right? You cannot let that goal up. So that would be the question of the video. I'm really interested to see who the Leafs start. I think that they're going to go with Stolarz, but I think they're going to be on a short leash. So anyways, I am going to end the video. Go Leafs go. If you guys can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And make sure to have a great day, guys. Goodbye.